Good evening, my dears, and traditionally we will start from the sound check. If you hear me and see me good, just write pluses in the chat, and the KCrowd74 is the first, MV, Olga is the good. And good news that I am not asleep, because I planned my broadcast yesterday, but I don't did it. I'm die yesterday, was fully exhausted, but today I'm full of energy and ready to talk with you about topic of our broadcast. I'm not randomly choose this topic. I'm preparing a little to this, find a couple pictures, find interesting information for our conversation, and I hope this broadcast will be not only interesting and maybe useful for somebody. I saw that not only me online now, Starsky streaming too at this moment. I don't know who will be longer, but I'm on a 100% sure that my people will be here. And I don't worry about number of the viewer. And second thing why I don't worry about number of the viewer, that this broadcast can be permanent, interesting for the people who want to know something more about UAV topic in Ukraine now, robot topic in Ukraine now, drone topic in Ukraine now. Yes, I hope will be interesting. I hope. From the last news, half of my crew now at this moment on a Donbass. They go there just something like half of a week ago, and yes, is the something like reconnaissance group. They preparing places for us. They looking for a position and other. Is the guy who are doing something like recognize there, and it's mean that we must be ready to go there in every moment. But I know that I have like a couple weeks or something like this. Did you just get a haircut? No. No, it's homeless haircut style at this moment. Tomorrow will be new haircut, but not yet. Now I'm just like homeless. And yeah, so half part of the group on a Donbass now, as I told, on a most interest direct in a world, I think, on a Pokrovsky direct and the Brepilla direct. From the that reports what they have by mobile phone, situation strange, be honestly, because I don't remember, maybe a couple broadcasts ago we were talking about frontline on a Pokrovsk. And conclusion of this discussion, it was that we have no front line on Pokrovsk. It's look like cardiogramma, because Russian use tactic of infiltration. And today we will show by how way they do this, they did it, they use it. And second strange fact that my guys watching streams, not mine streams or Starsky, they watching online streams from the reconnaissance drone, and strange thing is that you not so often can see infantry from the both side, not Ukrainian infantry, not Russian infantry, all trying, all of us all suppressed by drones in a 70-80%. At this moment, term like a kill zone. My dears, write in a comment, you heard something about kill zone. What do you know about this? Maybe you heard about this before. Because I think that term like a kill zone come in Ukraine for half year ago or maybe 8 years ago or something like this. on a 100% sure that we don't use term kill zone before. I'm see that Christensen don't know about kill zone. Maybe somebody knows something about this. I'm just preparing window with a deep state. Because it's very easy to show this example. Geoffrey knows something. What is plus? It's plus. It's mean that you don't know something, or this plus mean that you know. And a message on a blue chat from the KCrud74. Thanks so much for donation, Geoffrey. Very big thanks. Wait a moment. Not so many answers on my questions, my dears. Not so many answers. What it mean? It's mean that I will describe what it mean. So, before drone coming on a front line so massive like now, most dangerous zone it was a front line, zero line and gray zone. This zone was not more than, I think, than 100 kilometers in above side, because what's dangerous for the soldier? Snipers, firearms, something like automatic rifle, grenade launchers and other. Some artillery what's working on a front line directly. And term like kill zone it was, but don't use it, because artillery shooting randomly, not so accuracy. You can avoid snipers if you know where is snipers, and in general kill zone it was directly front line and something like kilometer behind for both sides. But when logistics worked normally, distance, dangerous distance for the APC, AFV, MBT, I mean that battle tanks, was something like 3 kilometers, 2 kilometers, and it was okay. But when very big number of the FPV drones coming on the front line, when every unit, Russian and Ukrainian, have FPV drone crews, Mavic drone crews, bomber bomb crews, this zone rising. For example, when only civilian drones DJI Mavic start using like a small bomber, this zone rising to the 5 kilometer, because drone can fly through the front line. I think that on a 4 kilometers deep in our side, and with the enemy side both. But when this, I think, UAV sphere is growing, drones now more stronger, flying on a bigger distance, can have more heavy cargo, more ammunition. Drones took under control all ground. And for example, if my unit can fly on a 10 kilometers behind Russian front line, it's mean that we are have kill zone 10 kilometers. And in these 10 kilometers, it's the range of the working of our drones. Can't work logistics normally, because all cars, all trucks who will ride in our direct to the front line, I mean, they will be destroyed. It means that rotation will be more difficult because soldier who will walk for rotate or like a reinforcement to the avant-garde, to the front line, they can be easily killed because ground under control of the drones. And this work for the both side. On a Pokrovsk kill zone, it's 15 kilometers, 10 and 5. And it's very uncomfortable distance. I will show on a map how it looks. Maybe it will be more easy. For example, we see it's. I will choose random direct. For example, it's Russian and Ukrainian border. You, my dear viewer, see this blue line is the border between Russia and Ukraine. Hello, Mark. And as I told, our kill zone it will be 15 kilometers. We see 15 kilometers in a Russian side. More are here. It's mean all movements till to this distance under total control of the Ukrainian pilots. Cars can't normally drive on this road. I think that you are seeing my cursor, my mouse. Cars can't normally driving on these roads. It means that logistics are broken. For example, tanks can't normally going to the front line, to the border, in our case, for make normal fire support. Artillery must very oh my god, they must hide his gun very accuracy shooting for not showing his position or they will be destroyed. What it means for artillery, for example? It means that artillery must locate it on a farthest distance from the front line. If kill zone 15 kilometers, artillery must stay on a 16 kilometers. But for the normal howitzers, 15 kilometers it's very big distance, and all artillery crews who will be located in this kill zone, they will be under very big risk. All infantry who will be in this kill zone, they will be under big risk, because if we are controlling this distance, we are controlling this square, for example, this zone, it means that we can destroy all targets what we see. And interesting that on a Pokrovsk direct kill zone in a both side, our logistics in a deep shit, Russian logistics too in a deep shit. Our drones fall after suppression, radio suppression. Russian drones fall after radio suppression. And worst thing in this case that if pilots not enough experienced, I mean, I will talk about Ukrainian side, for example. I'm on a 100% sure that Russian forces have the same situation. If crew not enough experienced, if they have no communication with the infantry who are on a position on the front line, if they have no communication with the I don't know, manager, fly manager who are like control or UAV in this region, our drones will not go longer than Ukrainian territory, because this border front line, it's our virtual border. I mean, the border, it's our virtual front line. Have a very big concentration of the radio suppression, and Russian and Ukrainians usually use same frequencies. For example, for the video it's 5.8 gigahertz, and for the control it's, for example, it's most popular 915 megahertz. And all these frequencies will be under full suppression, and if pilots will not have communication with the infantry, they must call to them or talk by the radio that guys, I'm flying, you must turn off your radio suppression because I will go on a Russian territory, for example. If infantry doesn't turn it off his radio suppression, Ukrainians drone, what will be with the Ukrainian drone, my dears, if he will be in a zone of the radio suppression? What do you think? Making activity in a chat, my dears. What do you think? What will be with the Ukrainian drone in a zone of radio suppression? Ukrainian zone of the radio suppression. But for the physical law, doesn't matter who I use this device. Be honestly, Russian and Ukrainian. If our allied forces doesn't turn it off radio suppression, it means that Ukrainian drone will fall on Ukrainian territory. Same situation have Russian. That's why big percent of the drones doesn't come on enemy's territory. And at this moment, unreal to avoid this situation, because communication level from the both sides on a very, very shitty level. But yes. But if, for example, if it will be drawn on a fiber optics or something like this, or with a very strong antennas on a very specific frequencies, this drone will come on enemy territories, and all drones who are come on enemy territories have some range, some distance. They can destroy enemy's target, and all these things, all this complex, we are naming kill zone. If we are control some range behind front line from the enemy's side, we can destroy his logistics, his infantry vehicles and other in this territory. We name it kill zone. And up across directs we have a kill zone from the both side, and it's a very difficult situation, be honestly. Suffering, everybody's suffering. Infantry, artillery guys, drone guys, everybody's suffering. And Russia in this case a little stronger, because they use CAB, it's controlled air bomb. We don't have something like CAB, but fire suppression from the Russian side more stronger. Situation are shitty, but I hope that we will fix it. And yes, okay, chat. So for this, I think I saw a video of you guys setting an ORC antenna. Yeah, it was not directly my guys, it was the neighbor crews. One of the primary targets for the FPV drone pilots is the antennas or complex or satellites. Why it's important? Because antennas make high power for the radio controller. They make a special zone of the normal working of the frequencies, for example. And if you are using big antenna, it means that your drone will fly so far. If you are lose this antenna, it means that you can't fly. That's why if artillery guys, recce drones, FPV drone pilots find antennas, it's a primary target, because if you are destroying this antenna, this complex, radio complex, it's not only one antenna, it's honestly difficult radio complex. It means that enemy's pilots will lose opportunity to fly and working against you. That's why antennas is the ones of the primary targets. And if somebody checked Telegram channel, I will not announce this Telegram channel because that's not mine, but it's my mates from the neighbors crews for the neighbors combat groups working. You can very oftenly see how our pilots destroying antennas and the tank, because my dears, do you know how using tanks now at this moment on a front line? How Russian use it and how Ukrainian use it? Safedes, about that tank, I must check this video. I'm heard about couple, but we don't saw the old videos from these tanks. Wait a moment. Wait a moment. It's fresh. Yeah, it's fresh. So at this moment, tank is the very easy target for the pilots, for the artillery and other. Ukrainian armed forces not oftenly using tanks for assault, for example. Main task for the MBT now it's using like artillery. Tank crew coming on a some position, it's 5, 7, 10 kilometers from the front line, dig as deep as more his tank, and make some like artillery position with the tank, and just a shoot. Yeah, it's mobile artillery, and just a shoot on a front line position. They working only on a front line because distance of the cannon of tank don't give opportunity to shoot more deeper. We have not a lot of the tanks for using this on a assault now, but sometimes we use tanks for this. But maybe somebody saw the video of the mechanized assault on a Pokrovsky directs or other directs of the Ukrainian war, and you can see that during Russian offensive, you can see big box combined from the tree, walls, chains, scrap of metal, barbed wire, is the house tank, or we say it mangal or barbecue. These tanks is used by Russian forces like a vehicle for breaking our defense. Sometimes this extra armor for the tanks, as I told, is the trash, chains, walls, metal. They don't allow to shoot from these tanks because operator who are responsible for the cannon see nothing. That's why a tank is just a vehicle, like a very high and safety car who are delivering infantry on a front line for results, for example. And in a Second World War, we have term like a anti-tank howitzer. Normal main battle tanks can move his cannon 360 degrees, yeah, but anti-tank howitzers can shoot only directly, maybe couple degrees left, couple degrees right, upper and down. And when you see MBT with the extra armor, as I told, trash armor, metal, walls, in a 90% these tanks can't shoot. And these tanks using only for the delivery of infantry. Yeah, and it's still good target for the FPV drones. Maybe Russian engineers, when they launch all this bullshit and trash on his tank, they think that it's unreal to destroy these tanks. It's real, because these tanks have still a lot of the place what's easy to damage. A couple weeks ago, our guys destroying tank with a house above tank, and and these tanks have a door for the infantry. When infantry disembark for these tanks, they are open the door. It's a real big door, like in a flat. And our drone just go in this door and hit on a tank. I be honestly don't know what's happened with these tanks, but tank crew was very surprised, I think. Hello Terina, hello Unstoppable Tiger Talukan. So the MBT is dead or extra vulnerable? What is vulnerable? Yeah, okay, I understand. No, MBT is not dead. We still use it, as I told, like artillery now, but it depends from situation. In Ukraine, it's close to total death, because drones, cheap shit with big ammunition, can destroy all targets what see on his way. And we are 2 years have not normal firearms combat. We had normals mechanized assaults, and for example, Russia have very big number of the MBT, and they pushing Avdiivka with the MBT, and as a result, you see that anti-tank complex with combination and FPV drones totally stopped these assaults there, and only infantry operation by the pipe underground give success. We can still use tanks, but be honestly, tactics of the MBT must be changed. Tanks, and it's still wait a moment, I must. Main battle tanks is the steel metal fist of the infantry, is the still very good fire support for the offensive, for break enemies defense, but it's the vulnerable metal fist. But we shouldn't say no tanks, only drones. No, tanks still important, but not in our situation, not in our case, with a 15-kilometer skill zone in a boss site. Hello, Ellen Kishka. So, my dears, I know that couple weeks ago we were talking about land robots. My dears, who I remember what is the land robot, how it used, maybe you heard something about this, some information, maybe some cases you know about land robots. My dears, what you know? Just write in a chat if you know about this, write yes, plus, or just to give your case like example. If you never heard, just write no. Making activity, Iris, delivering supplies. Delivering supplies was the first basic task for land robots. If we are normal names, it's the not land robots, it's a land robotic complex, but supplies was first and basic task of this. Christian C, used for supplies, evacuation, injured people. Yes, it's the first and basic tasks for land robots. Mar Garcia, I missed the question. Question is, what you know about land robots? A lot of the, I say, modern commanders, smart commanders, told that land robots it's our future. For sure, we can't exchange land robots on main battle tanks, or don't exchange land robots on artillery. But where I have a lot of the interesting cases with land robots, and logistics and the evacuation of the injuries, wounded guys, was the first and basic tasks for the land robots. Is the simple platform, just a wheels with the radio controller, with a platform for supply or for the injured, easy to control, not so expensive and very effective, because if you need supply frontline position, you don't need the armored truck or something like this. You don't need to use people for this, because it's very dangerous. And the first task was supply. After this, our soldiers try to do evacuation and do it successful. But now coming time of assault robots, my dears. You heard something about assault robots or no? Is land robots Людь, translate as a fury. Ukrainian land robots these robots have not a serious armor, not a serious armament, but here is machine gun, and we can use this robot like a fire support for the assault or for the defense, and we can use this robot separately for the defense position, or for making fire support of offensive. Looks shitty, looks like a Mad Max robot, but it's work. Be honestly, in Ukraine, land robots now it's important, but it's not still have a lot of the high chiefs in our government, in our high commanding, still think that robots it's not important. And this robot complex, like Robot Людь, it's only private initiative, it's private company making and selling an army for money. But when I'm preparing to this topic about land robots in general, I'm find a very interesting picture. What's Russian do with the land robots? You can see that this Ukrainian Людь is the simple drone. We know we have more modern, more armored with high firepower, but I'm find interesting Russian robots. It's Uran 9. Look at this. Looks like small armored fighting vehicle. Here you see 30mm gun, automatic grenade launcher, and anti-tanks missile. For sure we know that in Russia have these robots only for demonstration, for some forums, summits and other. But this is a good example how country, what's country think and what's high commanding think about land robots. This looks like a small AFV and it looks very dangerous. But thanks for the Russian corruption and for the Russian generals, and we will never see these robots on the front line. Only thanks for the Russian corruption. But as examples, it looks very interesting. And you know that whole world watching on a Ukrainian war, and land robots, it's nothing new. For example, European country, NATO country using robots for other tasks, for demining, for example, for humanitarian needs before. And when Ukrainian army start using combat drones on a modern war, our partners country look at this, they see a good result of this robot, they see that robots can be important and can be a very useful in his missions, for example. And I'm find interesting American example of the land robots is the land robots Black Knight. Base of this robots is the Bradley. It's American. I never saw this before. I find it's like a fresh photo, but I see that this project a little older. But what does mean? That whole world watching on a robot war and don't want to and everybody want to be a forward in this. And here we see radio controlled combat machine, American combat machine with a very good gun, if I don't mistake, it's Bushmaster, with a defense complex, lasers and other, and it's looks very good. And really, in this future, in this land robots, because who know what's position in infantry have very big weight, who are have biggest weight between infantry, between soldier. If you don't understand because my English are shit, I will say it is the machine gunner. Main firepower of the section, infantry section, is the machine gunner. Machine gun are heavy. Ammunition are heavy. Extra ammunition is the super fucking heavy. You can lose 500, not lose, you can use 500 rounds for a couple minutes. And as reserve, you must have extra couple thousand rounds if you are a machine gunner. And these land robots, this assault complex, radio control complex, is the very good support and a very good exchange for machine gunner. And I hope is soon that machine gunners will not take so many ammunition, because land robots will support his assault. Machine gun is still important because it's the moral of the enemy, but these robots, assault robots with a heavy machine gun, with a big number of ammunition, is the future, is the really future. And so now I'm fine. I show second example, my dears. Couple minutes ago, I showed you Russian land drone. Yeah, it's super dangerous land drone. Looks like a Terminator, a lot of weapons and other. But it was just a showcase. It was a demonstration. And as I told, we never saw this drone on the front line. But now I will show how Russian really used land drones on a war. Ta-da! You waiting something more serious? These land robots using for transporting things. I watched one Russian blogger today, and he told that cycle of life of the Russian assault man, of Russian infantry, is the 12th day. First day when he's signing contract, 10 day of the training in training center, And last day is the day number 12, when he coming on a front line and going on a first assault. It's last his day. Maybe Russian commanding had idea to minimize Russian losses and using land drones for logistics, for transporting Russian soldiers. It looks funny, be honestly, but it's working. Now I will show the video. I hope always good will be with the sound. It will be video how Russian using it's in a front line. I hope you see screen. You see screen, yeah? Yeah, I hope you see. So, I hope it will be not too loud. Very aggressive music. As the drone with the chair. Looks a little funny, be honestly, but I think it's working because this guy have a very big cargo, a couple grenade launchers. I think he have a lot of the extra ammunition. And if this guy will not die from Ukraine and FPV, I think he will be very useful on a position like reinforcement. Looks good, yeah? Perfect for my later years. He looks like that big guys on same devices in United States supermarkets. So yeah, I'm don't say that Russian forces is stupid or something like this, or they cheap, or they use shit. They have a lot of capabilities for making modern machine, high effective machine. They showing cases and example of these modern and very good quality machines. But on a front line, you see bullshit like this. I show it again. On the front line, you see bullshit like this. And it's only thanks of the Russian corruption. Not only Russian and American have interest to the land robots. Not only Ukrainian, Russian, and American. You remember who was not the first, but one of the most popular drone developers in the first time of the Ukrainian war. I think that not only in Ukrainian war, in a Karabakh war between Azerbaijan and Armenia, this brand was very loud and very effective, my dears. Is the Turkish guy. You remember? Or no? Who know what drone was very effective in the beginning of the full-scale invasion? We have a songs about this drone. Who I know? Just write in the chat. I want to see this word. It was Bayraktar. It was UAV from Murray Duncan. Bayraktar tralala. It was UAV Bayraktar from the Turkish company Baykar, and Turkish military factories, private military. It's the wrong word. Yeah, private military factories, private military developers from Turkey. It was a forward of the commercial military technologies before full-scale invasion. And yeah, Bayraktar was very effective. Now it's not so effective because field air defense easily destroyed this drone, but I'm not about this. Turkish guys do have a very big interest to the land drones, and I'm find a video of presentation of the Turkish land drones. I'm really respect Turkish developers because this guy all the times on a step forward, and why I'm really like Turkish weapons, Turkish UAV and Turkish technology, because it's commercial and you have access for this and you can buy this if you have money. But I'm not about this. So presentation of the Turkish land robot.
Bildiğiniz üzere 2019 yılında başlayan bu süreç bu aslında. Oradan buraya gelen. Bu süreç içerisinde
You can see that on a demonstration, this guy will show different function of this drone.
Bu süreç esnasında bu araçların, bu çıkan prototipleri bölgede çeşitli faaliyetlerini yaptık. Test faaliyetlerini, atış faaliyetlerini, köyde test.
Fire support here.
Araç belli bir seviyeye geldi.
Drone going first, and it's good. Police operations, demining, reconnaissance.
Her türlü görev konseptine hazır bir araç olarak ortaya çıktı diyebiliriz. Bugün de hem Savunma Sanayi Başkanlığımız hem de kuvvetimizin katılımıyla bu araçlarımızın teslimatlarını yapıyoruz aslında. Bu teslimatlar sonrasında da bizler yine bu
Different variation of this.
bizler yine sahada oluyor olacağız.
You see that right drones with a cargo, it's transporting some. Evacuation. As I told, land drones is the future, and it's really useful and good technologies, and I hope the development of the land drones will be stronger and stronger and stronger. And why I'm saying that I'm like these guys, like this Turkish company, because biggest part of the Ukrainians land drones, be honestly, they making not on a professional factory, not on a high technologies factory, it's handmade. Not it's handmade from the small factory, basement, garage factory, and there is a big problem, because if it's not mass developing, if it's not mass making, it's have a lot of the problems with the radio control, with the parts, with the batteries and other. If we will have some professional land drone what's making on a normal military factory, it will be very good result, and it's very useful. And I will show one more example of the Ukrainians land drones. So I will show a picture for you, and you will say for what we are using these drones. What do you think about this? What is this? It's Ukrainian land robot. But if you are know what's armament on these robots, just write it in a chat. What do you think? What's task of this land robot? And my dears, when you are typing your variants of the answer, I must mention that if you want to support me in my group, half of my group now on a Donbass, with our permanent jar, with our permanent needs, my dears, you can do it for the PayPal. For example, today I'm buying in credit on a black market, as I say, the NVG Archer. I will show it a little later for the for the $1,000, but real price is something like 4 and 5. And for sorrow, we must buy it for our own money. And my dears, if you want to support us, you can do it by PayPal or by the link under my face is the Monobank jar or the Monobank jar card number. All reports will be in a separate file. I think that in a next community posts, in a next description with requisites, I will insert this link, and you, my dears, can see what we buying for your donation, my dears. If you want to support us, you can do it. But I'm come back to the broadcast, and first it was a Michael Grody, that is a Stinger missile, and Suffer Death was second. RPG is wrong. It's air defense drone. We can use here Stinger, we can use here Igla, we can use here drone. Oh, not drone, Grom. Grom is the Polish air defense. Perun or something like this. It's air defense land robot. These land robots we can use directly on a front line for destroying reconnaissance jets, for like a Orlan or something, or Zala or something like this. And we can use this in our deep rear near our civilian city for destroying Shaheds or other flying bullshit what's Russia launch in our side. Using of the land robots can be different. It depends only from your fantasy. That's why I told land robots is the future. And second, next pictures, it will be like a Terminator War of Robots. On this picture, it's Ukrainian pictures, Ukrainian example. On these pictures you can see how assault robots, fire support robot, Ukrainian, it's Ratel Age, doing evacuation of the logistics drone, or logistics drone doing evacuation of the assault drone, but drone evacuated other drone. It's pictures we make it from the Ukrainian reconnaissance drone, and is the war of drone, be honestly. Yeah, and from some view it's look strange, for some view it's looks funny, but it's our future. In that period when in Ukraine mobilization totally failed, in that period when we don't have enough infantry for holding position, in that period when every soldier, it's like a 1 ton of gold, it's very important for us. Drones coming and drones doing task on a front line. Now all Pokrovsky direct, drones holding these directs, and only thanks for drone we still don't lose Pokrovsk. Very futuristic pictures, be honestly. Who can explain that? No, not explain. Wait a moment, I must translate this word for not to look so stupid. Who can imagine a couple years ago that soon on the Ukrainian fields will fight robots? For example, me personally, no. But it's the future, and we must agree this future, and we must develop this, we must invest in this, and it's more better to use robot for shitty tasks, because people, it's more important than just a scrap of metal with radio control. And if robots soon will have opportunity to holding our position on a front line, separately holding position, and robots will use more often and more mass for support our infantry, it will be very, very good, because robots can save life for our Ukrainian soldier. And I hope that Russian robots will be still on that level as I showed. I will show it again. Not on that level what I showed first, Uran 9. It looks like a Super Terminator destroyer. But on this level, fucking chair with wheels. I hope. So, but not only land drones, using on a front line. My dears, what you know, what you heard about FPV drones? Heard something, know something, you want to know more something about this? Be more active in the chat, and we will come to this interesting topic. I have a couple examples here too. Hard to fly, yeah. FPV drones really more harder to fly than commercial DJI Mavic or something like this. Because FPV drone more cheapest, and have no devices for stabilization and other. Mavic, for example, costs not less than $1,000. For $1,000 you can make 3 FPV drones, or 4 if it will be shitty quality. Wait a moment, my dears. Christine C. Question. Yes. Okay, doesn't matter what you will write in a chat, I will talk about FPV drones, because this is my topic, this is my profession, and now this is my biggest interest. that's why I will tell about this, because I will know about that what I will tell. Mark Garcia, Pashu, when did you and your guys deploy? Did you rise enough for all their outfits? Yeah, at this moment all that questions with outfits are closed, because number of my guys not growth from the last 2 weeks. We are by 7, if I don't mistake. Yeah, it was 7, because on a previous report I'm showed the picture with the paper bag. It was the bag with the Gore-Tex complex number 7, soft shell complex number 7. Yeah, but in that permanent jar we will include this fact that team will growing, and without outfits at this moment always good. We don't need more for today. I don't know what will be in the Monday, but for the other needs, it's biggest problem. For example, that problem, it's NVGs. For example, that NVG is what I buy on a black market. It is the very expensive, be honestly. If it's buy in a shop, I will try to look. I will try to looking for it on a United States marketplace. Is the still super very expensive? But we are find this on a some soldiers exchanging platform, and we find this device for the $1,000. And small thing, a lot of the small thing, my dears. I will show link. I will send a link on this report. You will see. You will be very surprised at what's military buying for your needs. Is the wires? Is the you will be very surprised because I will attachment pictures for this, and my dears, yeah, your imagination will be destroyed because Fundra is usually for the car, for the Starlink or EcoFlow, sometimes for the drone, sometimes for the weapon, but I will attach smallest detail, all what I buy, you know, it's for my safety and for your trust. And you will be very surprised at what we're buying. It will be look stupid from some time, strange, but we really need it. So, Emmy, I was wondering which cost less to repair, FPV or Mavic, or the same costs maybe. Mavic, because we don't repair combat FPV. Combat FPV going only on a one side. But if we are talking about FPV Kamikaze, if we are talking about FPV Bomber, I will show difference between this little later. FPV cheaper in a repair, because Mavic is the one structure and expensive structure with a lot of the elements what you can easily damage it. FPV is just I will translate this word. Rama, on Ukrainian language. It's just a frame or chassis with some electrical bullshit. That's why FPV 100% cheapest than repair of Mavic. And message on a blue chat, Emmy, very big thanks for your support. Very big thanks. Okay, sorry. And when I'm done starting talking about FPV topic, I will show that stuff what we buy in credit today. Wait a moment. I don't know why my streaming application is the OBS streaming. Turn off for me function when you can move picture just during stream on a screen, and now I must do it with a separate movement. Wait a moment. Yeah, I'm told about this NVG. It's here as the Archer NVG, very good quality, very good American NVG. As the, I think it's more better than PVS 14, more better. PVS 14 is the Army NVG, Archer 2 using in United States Army, but in Ukraine, it's a rare thing because only some special unit have this on armament, and thanks for God, and my dear, thanks for you. We will have it in our squad. You can use it with a weapon, you can use it like a monocular, and you can use it on your helmet. I think that soon I will show pictures how it's using on a practice. Yes, my dears, all of this we have only thanks for you. So we are back My dears, one more moment. Yeah, we are back to our topic with FPV, and so FPV is the cheap construction with some electrical sheet, with a couple boards, electrical boards, with a couple engine, and lithium polymer or lithium batteries. Looks like a simple construction. If you want make FPV in your garage and in your flat, it's very easy, because if you have $200, it's possible. So at first FPV was used for the drone racing, my dears. I will try to show a video how it looks. Normally people, before full-scale invasion in Ukraine, before Russia invaded to our home, normal people using FPV drones for the racing. It was like a hobby. Some people like to drive radio controlled cars, some like to drive radio controlled boats, jets. It was a hobby for the geeks, electrical geeks or other, and it was racing and other. But I will try. I hope that I will not be banned by YouTube for this demonstration. But yeah, I will show it. How FPV was used before full-scale invasion. Is the FPV racing. You see stadium, some track or something like this. People chilling, have fun, have chill, they are happy. FPV moving very fast. And yeah, it was like a kind of sport. I hope sound's not so loud. In that period it was for the not for the rich people, because as I told, it's easy to have access to this. $100 have controller, just a simple controller. $300 is the FPV glass, FPV goggles. We have more cheapest goggles, and couple $100 will cost your drones. It was just a kind of sport. People had to chill with this, but how looks FPV race today? Wait a moment. You need to compare this. Minute. Oh my god, it's very difficult to find FPV videos. FPV videos from the war on YouTube, but in a Telegram channel it's very easy to find. For avoiding outer rights, I will show the video of the Russian FPV. No, I think that I will not did it. I will find the normal Ukrainian. Wait a moment. second. I need login in a Telegram. Yeah, it's will short technical pause, my dears. I will upload this video on your screen. Wait a moment. And sorry for this. Sorry for the short pause. And now, yeah, at this moment in nowadays, FPV is not about racing. It looks like this. Sorry for the loud sound. It's not so funny like a racing. It's not so chilling like a racing. But time changing, hobby of the adult guys changing, and the URC using of the FPV drones. So what's it all? Normal FPV drones are cheap. It's not difficult construction. Nothing super technological. Is just 4 engines if it's quadrocopter. If it's hexacopter, other time it's the bigger numbers of engine. We have FPV drones with the 3 engines, with 2 and with 1. Fly controller, controller of the engine, RX is the radio controller, and VDX is the video transmitter, and camera, forward camera. Now we are using these kind of drones with the different types of the ammunition. Biggest problem of the typical FPV drones, quadrocopter, that is he can't take big weight, just a couple kilograms. If you want to fly on a far distance, you can use bigger battery. This lithium-ion battery, they are heavy, be honestly. Just a battery can be 1.5 kilogram, 2 kilogram or more. Depends from the size of the battery, and you have just a couple kilograms for your cargo. And here you see example how PG-7 grenade attached to the FPV drone. This type of the FPV drones was very popular 2 years ago, 1.5 years ago, but now coming more modern and more specialty types of FPV. This on this picture you can see just a drone kamikaze. This drone must find target and meet with this target face to face. It will be big boom. or not boom if here a miss, not hitting a target, and this drone never come back to the pilot. If pilot come back this drone with ammunition, problem. Pilot and engineer will have a big problems. Next type is the FPV drone bombers, small bombers. Usually is the quadrocopters with the 10 inches, 13 inches propellers. Specification of this drone, it's ammunition not attached like for kamikaze, for the tape or other ammunition attached to the special mechanism mechanism for the dropping. Control of this FPV same like on kamikaze, it's still too hard for control. But this drone sometimes back to home when he drop a bomb on the head of the enemies and coming back for reload. Nothing difficult in this type of FPV because, for example, here you see special mechanism for the dropping. If you know something in FPV sphere, you understanding that drop button you can attach and you can choose for the typical civilian FPV drone on a Radio Master controller or something like this. IT guys do something more that changing with the X mode on FPV drones. Is the typical small bomber. Next level of the FPV drone is the big bombers. Russian said Baba Yaga. Baba Yaga is the witch from the Slavic mythology. Is the big drones. It's not quadrocopters, it's octocopters or hexacopters. Big weight, big battery, and big capabilities to attachment of ammunition. You can attach here a lot of the grenades or anti-tank mines. Your ammunition will be depends only from your engineer. If your engineer mad bastard, he will attach it more shittiest ammunition there, something like thermobaric, flame tower, round, doesn't matter. These drones are big, very noisy, more easier to control because a lot of the engines, a lot of the propellers, very good for balance. And these types of drone more scariest for the Russians because usually this drone using thermal camera and they flying at night and dropping bomb on the Russian heads at night when they can't control this. Very popular types of drone now. I think that this type of drone holding front line at this moment because they can destroy all types of target. Infantry, okay, it's too small target for this drone. Tanks, easy. Howitzer, no problem. Command point, okay. Trench, easy. And it's very popular drone now, but it's more expensive. If price of the normal FPV drone quadrocopters with 4 engine and propellers started from $200 to I think $2,500–$3,000 depends from the devices what you have in these FPV drones. And camera is the, I think, that most expensive part of the drones. For example, thermal camera for the drones can cost like a $1,000. These drones will start from $10,000, and I will show example of using of this drone. Is the drone Vampire, making in Ukraine. I was on a training in company who are developers of this drone. So yeah, and now I will show on a screen result of the work of this drone. bomber. You see that it's working at night, thermal camera. White points is the enemies. This drone dropping small bombs. But very accuracy. And on this video you can see that this drone have a good stabilization. To be a bomber pilot, it's more easily than FPV kamikaze pilot, because normal FPV kamikaze never have stabilization. Normal pilots flying in acro mode, acrobatic mode. This mode was made especially for the race and for making that stuff what you saw on the first video about civilian FPV. And it's working against infantry. On this picture you can see how Vampire dropped bomb on a Russian storage. And that's how it looks. It's our ex-president. Yeah, this is Vampire. Making in Ukraine. But biggest problem of the FPV drones that 80% of the parts is the Chinese parts, and deliver these parts, for example, to Russia from China, it's more easily. That's why they can make it more and more and more than Ukrainian. And for example, if you are Ukrainian and want to make a drone in your garage, for example, these drone parts must come through the border. And last time Polish border give a lot of the problem for this. They arrested boxes. They don't allow moving FPV parts in Ukraine if it's private delivery in Canada. That's why we have a bigger problem with these damn Russians, because Russia have a border with Chinese. It's sad, but what we can do with this? So, and drones, UAV, it's not only about FPV. Everybody know about Mavic, DJI. DJI Mavic, it was as high staff talk, wedding drones, as the drone for the making beautiful video, fly on a beautiful nature, I don't know, for filming big events or something like this. But Ukrainian do something interesting with this. It's bombing. Mavics usually using for the reconnaissance, for the intelligence. He can fly high. He can fly on a middle distance, 5-7 kilometers from the pilot. Mavic have beautiful camera. It's the very good camera for doing reconnaissance. And Ukrainian garage masters make some interesting function for the bombing. You don't have opportunity to change parts in commercial drones like in FPV. Mavic is the full construction, and you can't edit this. But Mavic have couple function like lights. And on the bottom of the Mavic we have a special light, is the board light. And Ukrainian garage masters making special dropping mechanism with a photo element, picture element. When light is working, picture element on a dropping mechanism is working, and servo pivot moving special plastic device, and bomb falling. And we use it not because we are rich guys, be honestly, but it's the something looks like a rebel wars, like IED or something like this, but it's very useful. And in a first stages of the Russian-Ukrainian wars, Mavics was most used devices on in our conflict. We are start with this and our and not finish it. And we have a lot other types of the sky drones. It's not only bombers, it's not only small FPV. It's the middle strike drone, is the deep strike drone, is the small jets. You are heard that a lot of the Russian electrical station, gas station, and oil station suffered from the Ukrainian drones. Is the other type, is the bigger type of drones. We have a lot of this, and I think we will talk about this in our next broadcast. Because if I will give you a lot of information for this stream, we will be difficult for understanding. Wing drones. I forgot about this. Michael Grody, Pasha, why do the works only supply Baba Yaga type drones to the paratroopers? It is because they don't manufacture enough for all brigades. So these drones like Baba Yaga, big bomber drones, as I told, it was the most scariest drone for the Russian, and they had idea to make copy. They destroy Ukrainian drones in the sky, they took it, gave it for the labs, they do research or something like this, but they still not normally copy this. Maybe special mechanism of this, maybe some expensive parts, but they made his own drone. Князь Vandal Novgorodsky is the name of the Russian drone, and it's more about supply. They still don't make a normal big bomber. Thanks for God, they still don't make it. But I think that soon they will have it, because Knязь Vandal Novgorodsky successful Russian drone, and I think that it's don't need a big time for upgrade it, modify it, and soon Russian too will drop big bombs from sky. It's just a question of the time. But be honestly, I still don't understand. They have a lot of capabilities for this. They have money, sponsor, direct border with China for components and devices, but they still don't have a normal bomber. Rara 4, how about fixed wing one way, 40-60 kilometer range? Russian have this type of the wing. They name it Molnia. It's Russian wing type FPV. Yeah, 40-60 kilometers range. It's his real range as the middle strike, as we said. Effective things, but wing type FPV, it's easy to destroy in sky because it's the very big target. And for example, if infantry guy will see it from his ditch, For sure he start shoot because speed of wing type FPV not so high. But Ukraine too have a lot of analogs of the wing type FPV and middle strike darts, for example. Murray Duncan. I remember the first drone video I saw in the war when they dropped the grenade through the skylight of the Russian Lada. Yeah, dropping it was the first what we start to use drones. Kamikaze coming later, be honestly, more later. Or rather for Baba Yaga with tens of walk 40mm grenade, single and or carpet drop. Yeah, it's useful. On that video what we saw, what I showed for you, my dears, you are saw carpet drop because it was a lot of the small grenades and it's very effective against infantry. Some years time slowly coming to midnight, and I think that I will say it good night to you soon. I will be preparing to do sleeping. So my dears, I saw that activity today was not so big. Not only me today was online, but thanks that you, my dears, was with me tonight. Thanks for your attention. Thanks for your activity in the chat. I hope it was very informative for you and you know something new. I hope that after my broadcast. If you like this format, just write this in a comment after broadcast. It's your feedback is very important for me. Very big thanks for your support. As I told, at this moment half of my group on a Donbass now, and we really need your support. Have a nice day. Have a nice morning. Depends from your time at this moment. Thanks for your attention, my dears. See ya later.